Okay, so I'm gonna be putting some videos out because again, this is helping me through my day. I was reacting to Star Wars the other day, which was great. So I made a video the other day about response to Arch Warhammer because I love Warhammer. I think that this is one of the kinds of topics that's really quite close to my heart, basically. That's why I'm going to be doing this video. I'm really only going to be doing like videos about things that are close to my heart. Like most of my videos so far on this channel have been about narcissism, about smear campaigns, specifically because of the way that things have been going in the political sphere of misinformation, fake news, propaganda. YouTube is at the forefront of it, and that means I need to be at the forefront of it, even if I don't have a platform or a voice. I have tried to reach out to some YouTubers, but I've been kind of shut down. So again, I'm trying to kind of get my message out there. So I'm trying to kind of come up with an intro. I was thinking I would steal iDubbbz's intro and make it my own, like, hey, it's your boy Girl, mentally ill tranny here, but I don't know, I'm fucking whatever. My chair is really squeaky. I also have to look into the camera or something, right? But I don't like doing that, because I feel like the camera should be like, in perspective, you know, I need to be up here looking at the camera, like, hi, how are you? But I feel like looking at the camera, because I'm naturally looking at the screen to see if my funky hair, my funky fringe is being, you know, right. I look like that, whatever. Yeah, it's come in my hair. Come in my hair. And this is just my headband that I wear when I train. So yeah, basically feminist propaganda, feminist principles, and Warhammer in response to directly Arch Warhammer, which I know he's not going to reply to me. I'm subscribed to all of the Warhammer channels that I think are good, like One Mind Syndicate, 40k Theories, Alpha Busa, can't even say his name, Arch Warhammer, a couple of others, I think, and you know, because I love the game. I've loved the game since I was a kid. I used to collect Space Wars, but yeah, I don't. I'm not 13 anymore, so I don't collect Space Wars anymore. But I did back then, and I was Ragnar Black main faggot. And then I collected orcs as well, and I've never really gone past collecting orcs or. I was thinking I might start up an Eldar Tau, something like that, you know, just be really faggy about it and have like super long range weapons from the Tau, and then the super long range weapons from the Eldar with the melee, making them really OP and fucking pointless to play. Just set up really stupid armies like that is, but yeah, okay, so feminism and this kind of Arch Warhammer thing, you know, feminist. He makes a good point. He makes loads of good points. That's why I'm subscribed to his channel. And 40k Theories makes some good points. But mainly, yeah, the shoehorning in of feminism and diversity and what's happened to Marvel Comics, what's happened to Warhammer. It's really, really shit, to be honest. It's like my hair. I'm gonna sort this out. Yeah, so you can. Marvel proved that if you threaten to chastise the men enough and withhold sex, anything is possible. unless you're gay, in which case, you know, that's not really kind of going to work, is it? And that's why feminism kind of fails on a gay spectrum. And then you've got the you know, kind of the wannabes and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, feminist agendas, nothing new. Nothing new. That looks worse. Everything looks bad. I'm a mentally ill tranny. Right, so I love Warhammer, and yeah, I hate the shoehorning in of things. But again, the video that I made the other day, I made the point that just look, as you can see, the Emperor's light is upon me. The Emperor is upon me, and I made the point that look, yes, shoehorning in shit is bad. What I'm trying to get into people is that Warhammer is a fantasy universe, and the only thing stopping your feminism from being in 40k is your own imagination and your own prejudices against something. Okay. Now I think that something that we tend to forget about Chaos, my dudes, is that it doesn't care about logic and reason. Remember, this is what the Emperor is fighting. Look, the light of the Emperor is upon us. Remember his sacrifice. Remember who betrayed him. Remember his betrayals. Remember his battles. Remember that the Emperor was just, you know, he was created. He was very much a creation. Remember, the Super Soul came together. All of the shamans came together into a blinding light of humanity, and the Emperor was created. And much like the way the Primarchs were created, he was created primarily to protect humanity. Hence the saying, the Emperor protects, right? So his creation of the Primarchs was an extension of that protection, and then that protection then turned in on itself. And again, with Chaos and with all of the mythologies and things like that, you've got Chaos doesn't care. And I love this Feminids meme. I'm loving the Feminids meme because it's so true. The Feminids are, I mean, the Tyranids. See, it's such a good meme. It clicks, it pops. The Tyranids are this. I originally thought they were kind of based on AIDS, you know, because this kind of AIDS nids kind of thing, you know, where, you know, they just come in, they destroy, they don't care about anything, they only care about their biological diversity, they don't care. Same with Chaos, you know, it doesn't matter. And if you argue, I mean, if you're a 40k fan, you've gotten into this argument, and being an ex-Space Wolf player, I've had the Magnus didn't do nothing wrong argument my whole life. He didn't do nothing wrong. He did. And the point of it is just like Lorgar, just like Horus, just like all of the other traitor legions, they were tricked into performing an act of heresy against the very race and the very people they were made to protect. I think that kind of taps into, I mean, here's another thing that 40k taps into. It taps into that kind of suicidal depression. What would you do if you were just, you know, a suicidal war machine that had one purpose, and that was to kill, and then one day you just kind of, you know, wake up and you go, I don't want to do this anymore, and you kind of commit sort of species seppuku by turning on the God Emperor sort of thing, and you know, and the whole thing is just one of these. Look, he's up there. The light of the Emperor shines upon us. Maybe he will have some words for us. Maybe he will have some words. Do you have any words for us, my Emperor? No. Too busy on the throne. Yeah, being betrayed by your career. But I mean, betrayal is what 40k is about. My dude, you're being betrayed again. You're falling for the oldest trick in the book of believing that your enemy is going to fight fair. They don't. Feminists who want to destroy patriarchal structures of power are going to go after anything that they can get their hands onto to destroy that. Why? Just simply because they're self-destructive creatures. They are Horus. They are in the self-belief that they are doing the right thing for the right reasons, even though it's against the very principles that they stand for. It's suicidal. It's psychotic. It's that moment that you hope during the battle where Horus realizes he's been duped, that he's been tricked. He's been tricked into killing his own progenitor, his own father, his own god, or essentially his own, himself, basically, because Horus and all the other primarchs were extensions of the Emperor and the Emperor's will. So he's turned on himself. And why has he turned on himself? Because he was tricked. And once the kind of, magic kind of wears off, he sort of goes, what the fuck have I done? And it's, by then it's too late. It's done. And we're hoping that there'll be a moment of awakening for these tyrannous feminists, or Feminids as you might like to call them, because what they're doing is they're destroying their relationship with men, and I think that's a lot of comes from this deep-rooted hatred. Now I am allowed, because I am a gay, trans person of colour, so I win the oppression of Olympics, right? Apparently not. That's not how it works anymore. You have to have a specific political view. You can't just be who you are anymore. Remember, like I said, I'm a gay, trans person of colour. I'm the wrong colour though. And I'm trans, but I'm not pretty enough to be a woman. Or I'm not, gay enough to be, all of this shit. I've always said I'm so gay I make gay people look straight. But that's my thing. I'm so gay. So gay. You're so gay. I think licking vaginas is pretty gay, to be honest. Let's do that. Gross. The only thing stopping people from, really seriously inventing a feminist kind of, and again, Arch, Warhammer, 40k theories, One Mind Syndicate, all of these people, they make the good point. They make the only valid points. Remember, and this is why the Emperor is essentially the dominant force in the galaxy, because regardless of the subversive tactics of chaos, the logic and the reason always wins out. Look, it shines bright. Your imagination and your ability to engage with the people that you're actually trying to engage with and break walls down is the reason why your feminism fails in Warhammer. Because, you've got the Sisters of Battle, you've got, extensive lore on hive worlds, on different planets, on different species, and everything. And it's all about what you decide to do. The Lost Primarchs, for example, are commonly used by lots of people to create their own lore on their own Legia Astartes and their own chapters. Maybe even if you're really good, you're really creative, and you're like Dan Abnett, you might write a book about perhaps a feminist world. Make it. But the thing is that the ball is in your court. It's not up to you to try and get someone else to change their views or their principles. But speaking from a kind of perspective of someone who's trans, I've always kind of thought, wouldn't it be good if there was a legion of women yeah, or a legion of and then the Sisters of Battle were released, like, I don't know, some 10 odd years ago or something like that, when they released those boxes. And I was like, yes, fucking, I'm gonna make myself a fucking legion of female Astartes. It's gonna be great, and it was fantastic. And the Sisters of Battle have got some great lore on their side, and you know, you can create that. What about being a little bit more creative, and why don't you make Guardsmen become trans Sisters of Battle and have your own? Your imagination is why you're limited, and what you want is pandering. You want people. Oh, there's not enough diversity. Oh, there's not enough representation. No, in a fantasy setting, in a fantasy world, your representation is what you project into that fantasy world. Do you understand? So if you want a trans person of color, oh hey, hi, trans person of color, gay trans person of color, female Astartes, Sisters of Battle. Fuck it, man. That is your imagination doing what you want to do. You cannot expect the Black Templars to suddenly go, oh my god, progression. Just the fucking thought that the Black Templars would be a progressive anything is laughable. Just imagine the meeting back at the Black Templar. So anyway, they want women in the chapter. Oh well, we've got to be progressive for the Emperor, right? No, that's not gonna happen. The Black Templars are some of the most fascist chapter in the whole of the fucking game. You know, Blood Angels. I mean, you know, and you've got your gene seeds and all of this shit. I mean, there's been jokes for years about fucking, you know, the furry wolves and of Fenris and their sordid and disgusting sexual practices with the wolves that don't exist on that planet. And, it's up to you. It's completely up to you. And it really is. If they're going to release a social justice box set of you know, a trans person of colour and gay feminist Astartes, it's pointless. Again, because if I'm building my army, I want my army to win. So you know, you might even get some sympathetic ears, and Games Workshop will go, could these models sell? What's the fucking market for it? Because that's their bottom line. They don't really. I think we all know that they don't care about their game anymore, do they? After the fucking 8th edition got released. But is there a market for it? Will social justice warriors buy these models? I mean, considering how popular squats are, I can't imagine them making an entire line of social justice warrior models, because they wouldn't sell, and it's just not profitable for them to do it. So it might even be you do get a fucking comic or a book where they're wearing t-shirts saying, ask me about my feminist agenda, and the laughableness of it is they're doing that and it won't sell because the social justice warriors automatically won't buy it, because they don't want to support Warhammer. They just want to, you know, make it shit. I want my army to win, so I'm gonna make my army win. If I'm gonna be going up against Tyranids, I'm gonna be using armies of Nurgle. Fuck it. Or I might even use a fucking Necron army, because Necrons, innit? Necrons are basically so OP against pretty much everyone. The only thing that balances them is the fact that their tomb worlds haven't all awoken, and the idea that the Catan are so powerful that they're more powerful than even a fucking, you know, Imperial class Titan. It you know, I want to win. I'm going to make an army to win against this particular force. And if at this point, you know, a legion can take on Tyranids fair enough, and orcs and Gaskell can go against Tyranids, then fuck it, you know, I'm going to make an army of orcs and stuff like that. I'm not going to make an army of social justice warriors, because they're not going to win against anything. They're going to lose. I wouldn't even play Sisters of Battle. I mean, I love the idea of making an army of Sisters of Battle, but they're not going to win. I mean, Saint Celestine got toppled pretty quickly in the aftermath of the 8th edition, right? So she's dead now again. So I don't really see, I mean, politically, we're talking about a universe, a fantasy universe that's got its politics sorted out, because it's a fascist universe. You know, you've got the Tau, they're a communist, fascist empire. You've got the Imperium, they're a fascist empire. You've got the Eldar, who are just, and this is what I mean. If any of these people actually genuinely played the fucking game, they'd be playing Eldar, they'd be playing Tau, they'd be playing fucking Sisters of Battle, they'd be playing anyone. But you don't have to fucking play a Space Marine chapter. You don't have to be an Astartes. You don't. The whole point of the Astartes is that this would be the antithesis of fucking fascism, creating hulking behemoth men who are just designed to just do one thing, and that's kill. That, if anything, that would be a perfect setting for a social justice warrior to go, right, well, it seems that, you know, being Ultramarines are the most fascist fucking, or maybe Black Templars or Salamanders or whatever. Salamanders, the Salamanders, because they're all black. Like my, men. I'm gonna create a battle company made of Eldar, like I said, oh yeah, Eldar Tau, yeah, just make them so OP, man, just make them fucking Eldar, make it for the greater good, make that greater good to be, like, you know, bring in those blue skins and the Tau and the water cast and all that, and then bring in some fucking outer rim planets that have been conquered by the Tau, like maybe some Exarch worlds from the Eldar who have joined the Tau, maybe some feminist worlds like the Amazonian world or whatever the 40k theories was talking about. Bring them in, make it for the greater good, put them up against Gilliman, because Gilliman is basically a fucking fascist. Look at him with his blonde hair and his baby blues and his 99.9% uncorruptible gene seed. He's, you know, let's corrupt that gene seed, baby. You know, destroy those fascists. Make him into the fascist that he is. Gilliman is a fucking fascist, man. Look at how he runs the Imperium. He's alienating he's alienating Calgar. He's alienating the Imperium. He's dividing it. He's doing exactly what Chaos wants. He's being an agent of Chaos. He's the modern day Horus Lupercal, because he's so sure that he's doing the right thing for the right reasons, but he's just being a fucking puppet. The only difference is that he is genuinely fighting for the Emperor instead of directly against him, the way that Horus was doing. But he's a fascist. Everyone else against the Imperium is considered to be Xenos and, you know, heretics. Heretics and heresy. And he's a fascist, so obviously you're going to want a Tau Eldar army to destroy the fascists, right? This is what social justice warriors don't seem to understand about how 40k works. If, for example, they created a social justice army of trans, inclusive, people of colour, and they made it like really transparent, like, you know, black people and women and brown people and, you know, but this is the Tau, this is the fucking Tau, this is what I'm talking about. But if you made it like a real transparent, like, on this world somewhere in the Imperium there's only women and black people and stuff like that, and then they have an army and it's all great, well, what is that army doing? If it's in the Imperium, then they're heretics, aren't they? Which means you're sending in Gilliman to destroy the heretics. how well would a social justice army actually fare against Gilliman and his fascist smurfs? They wouldn't. I don't think anybody in the Imperium can stand against Gilliman. That's the whole fucking point. He's so OP. He's taken on Magnus. He's taken on Mortarion. I think he even had a run-in with Fulgrim. He's taken on... And he's winning. Because he can't lose. He's got plot armor, but he's also a Primarch. So he's really fucking OP. And he just keeps dominating. So how well would a heretic planet be under Gilliman? There he is, sitting on Macragge. What's going on here then? There's a social justice planet, and it's run by, you know, people who are actively fighting against the Emperor and his imperial truth, and they're all people of colour, and they're gay, and they're women, and they're openly practicing BDSM and furries, and it's just like, well, hold on a minute, I thought that fucking the Dark Eldar were doing that, and maybe they've been tainted by the Dark Eldar, maybe they've been tainted by Chaos. Send in the fucking legions. Should I go there myself and destroy them? Gilliman wouldn't really stand by. He's really just taking on the Imperium one step at a time and crushing all dissident because of his 99% pure gene seed. 99% pure gene seed. Who else was trying to create a 99 or 100% pure eugenics race? Could it have been a Hitlerish kind of person? Could it have been a blonde-haired and blue eyes and... Oh, Gilliman is a fascist! Gilliman is a fascist. Everyone knows who plays the game knows that Gilliman is a fucking fascist. Social justice warriors need to fucking actually genuinely wake up and realise that your imagination is the thing that's stopping you, not anybody else, not Games Workshop, not men. Yeah, there's so many fucking arseholes out there, and bigots and misogynists, and we have to deal with them. But you taking on points that you're gonna lose, so don't do that. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what my response to Arch Warhammer and his video. And the Emperor, of course, the light of the Emperor. So yeah, the light of the Emperor shines down upon us. The Emperor protects. Remember, if you're going to be a fascist, Gilliman is... I mean, if you're going to be diverse, Gilliman is going to kill you because he's a fascist. If you're going to be tranny like me, then Fulgrim is going to, you know, suck your dick and all that. You've got the Eldar, whatever. It's 40k. People need to shut up about it. We've got enough problems in 40k at the moment with what's going on in the 8th edition codex, because it's just, the rulebook is just fucking horrible now. And everything about it is horrible. The story's really good, but again, Gilliman is so OP, he just keeps on fucking winning, and when he killed Mag, I mean, fucking Mortarion. I was expecting more from fucking Mortarion, man. I was expecting at least something like Mortarion's scythe, you know, cuts Gilliman's power armor. Something to, maybe he affects some of the Primaris Marines. I was expecting more. And he just defeated Mortarion, and Mortarion just ran away with his tail between his legs, and I was really disappointed. So, yeah, I mean, that's all I've got to say on the matter. Social justice warriors need to shut up. People need to shut up. And get to painting your fucking models, and stop being a bitch. Stop being a little whiny, moany bitch about everything. For fuck's sake. Anyway, bye. This is. I'm gonna sign out like iDubbbz. I want to cool. Oh no, I just want to be cool like iDubbbz, you know, and just be really cool and have crippling depression. Because I do have crippling depression. I just want people to Yeah. So anyway. Okay. So anyway. Bye.